He sat down with Bret Baier for an exclusive interview. Here's a preview where Bret asks him why he had these sensitive national security documents at Mar-a-Lago.
The only way NARA could ever get this stuff, this back, would be please, 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 could we have it back?
And they
please,
asked for that.
Because they have no. We
they
were
did
talking.
Ask for it.
No, and
they said,
I gave
"Can you
them
give the
some,
documents back?"
And we were talking.
And then they said they went to DOJ to subpoena you to get them
which
back.
they've never done before.
Right.
And in
but
all
why not
fairness,
just hand them over then?
Because I had boxes. I want to go through the boxes and get all my personal things out. I don't want to hand that over to NARA yet. And I was very busy, as you've sort of seen.
Yeah, but
I've
according to
been
the
very, very
indictment,
busy.
you then tell this aide to move to other locations after telling your lawyers to say you'd fully complied with the subpoena when you hadn't.
But before I send boxes over, I have to take all of my things out. These boxes were interspersed with all sorts of things.
Bret Baier, Fox News chief political anchor and anchor of Special Report, joins us now by phone on his way back into New York after this interview. Bret, what was your takeaway from your talk with the president, having just come off this second indictment?
Yeah, Martha, good afternoon. I think, listen, defiant is definitely part of the answer, but he really denies flatly some of the things that are specifically laid out in the indictment. And I talk about, in further questioning after this, about the indictment and the recording of what is alleged to be his voice saying that he did not declassify these documents when he was president. Now he can't, and they're top secret and highly confidential, and then shows them to people according to the indictment. I press him on all of that. He denies it. He says that he did not have a document about Iran war plans. You know, for a federal judge that issues this order that he can't talk to other people in the case, nor can he talk about specifics in the case, he went far down in specifics. And, you know, as he started talking, I followed up and pressed on a number of different issues. Yeah. But this interview runs the gamut. I mean, it's more than an hour long. We're going to split it up in two pieces. And every question that you, I think, would want to ask the former president, we got to some iteration of it.
So, you know, in terms of 2024, Bret, does he seem confident that he will be the nominee and that he wants to be president again?
Yes, 100%. I asked it different ways, different times. He is 100% in the mindset that he's not going to get out of this race no matter what happens to him legally. He still calls it all a witch hunt and political. He says he's not worried about going to jail. He says he's got more things to do, and he wants to do it because he believes that he has the right mindset and ability to make America great again. And we talk, Martha, about everything around the world and his policies going forward. If he gets a second term, he's obviously super critical of President Biden in many different specific ways. And then, you know, I press him on some of the opponents that are already hitting him from the right ideologically, like Governor DeSantis and Vice President Pence.
Yeah, you know, we're looking at an image right now of all the GOP declared candidates, and DeSantis is the only one who's in spitting distance of him right now. And obviously, there's a lot of time to go in this. But what did he say about DeSantis?
He really kind of blows him off. He says he uses de sanctimonious throughout the interview. Says he uses that nickname because it's a lack of loyalty, and he goes into the whole story about how he supported him. He also thinks that he doesn't have the chops, you know, in his words, essentially. You know, I also listed, Martha, all of the people who are in his cabinet that are not supporting him, and all of the ones that he had some really interesting names for. That's a long question. That's a long list. And he says they were just the wrong people for the job.
Bret, we look forward to seeing part one tonight, part two tomorrow night on Special Report. And I'm looking forward to joining you on the panel tonight on Special Report as we get a closer look at this interview. Thanks, Bret. We'll see you later.